face and start kicking ass, just like it said at the beginning of the program.
Man of the hour, tower of power, too sweet to be sour.
Sending your ass on the jabroni jet to the other side of the territory, brother.
The Alabama Hammer.
Nightmares on the best part of my day.
The goods from the woods.
Hot damn!
Welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley.
I'm Pat Riley.
And I'm Joe Raines.
And today, it's just the three of us, baby, but we're going to do a tournament.
We'll make it if we try.
Yeah, that's right.
Turny.
As Mr. Goodnight would say.
That's right. Oh, by the way, we didn't. I should play. I didn't play you guys what he's doing there.
Oh, yeah. No, we've been getting, as you know, we've been getting dispatches from Mr. Goodnight's foray into the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
He's training in Creve Coeur.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Missouri.
they have been an absolute delight.
Yeah, I know. I think that this is supposed to be filled with double entendres. I'm not quite sure.
I know he's been spending a lot of time at the driving range.
Yeah, he's been spending a lot of time at the driving range. There might be something in his bag that's helping him out, some performance enhancers, if you will.
Don't you smear his good name? He's trying to get on the tour. Don't you Lance Armstrong him when he's trying to get on the tour now.
But let's see. This is this week's.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Mr. Goodnight again from Belle Reve Country Club in Creve Coeur, Missouri. I'm acting strange on the driving range, and we are just practicing for the PGA. Me and my caddy Slapnuts here today.
You're a dumb fuck, you know that?
That's Mr. Dumb Fuck to
Let
you.
me tell you, you were using a fucking sandwich on this driving range.
Yeah, but it's...
Should you be using a driver, dumb fuck?
Look. First of all, I'm a golf innovator. Second of all, when I got tired of that putting wedge, I took that other long stick that I brought with me, if you understand, to Creve Coeur, because this is Creve Coeur after all. And I was whacking the ball around with that.
Yeah, the ball only went like 3 feet, and then he's supposed to go like 100 yards.
Well, we get there step by step, you understand? Progress every day. That's the way we look at it. Right here in Creve Coeur, the biggest town, you could say, the biggest small town in Missouri. You got to measure up to get into Creve Coeur. There's no doubt about that. We went to Dripping Springs earlier.
Oh, isn't that you at the toilet at 2 a.m. in the morning?
Only when I haven't used my Flomax. So we went to Dripping Springs, where Creve Coeur got its name.
What? What? What?
So that's what Goodnight's been up to. But today,
Oh man! It's absurd.
always is.
But we have one of our signature tournaments.
That's right. Yeah, Pat's,
because it's three of us, and that's what usually happens when there is.
That's right.
three of
Pat's
us.
got the magic hat.
Yeah, the magic standard deluxe hat.
Shout out to all the folks listening in Waverly, Alabama.
I'm still recovering after hearing about the golf exploits of, I'm surprised I didn't see Chichi Rodriguez there.
Oh man, I'm still pissed. I had a Chichi Rodriguez hat,
me too.
Like it was his brand.
Yeah.
And there's a photo of me and my good friends Charlie and Ryder. Shout out to them. We're standing on the banks of the Eufapi Creek in Tuskegee, Alabama, and I got my Chichi Rodriguez hat, looking fucking fly. I also have a Widespread Panic T-shirt on that I bought at a yard sale when I was in 8th grade. And I didn't know who they were or the implications of wearing such a T-shirt.
What are the implications? Oh, that you do acid, I guess.
Yeah, that I'm
that you listened to that you were a spread head.
That my name is
Spreadhead?
Yeah,
is that really what they're
Oh, do you not know about?
Spreadheads,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. No spreadheads, no spunions. But
the only song of theirs I know is Diner.
I don't even know that one. I just know my name is the Waker. Yeah. But anyway, we're standing on the banks. I got a Chichi Rodriguez hat, and then like maybe an hour after that photograph was taken, me and the person I was paddling with capsized, and my Chichi Rodriguez hat went into the Eufapi Creek, and I never
I
got
always
it
wondered
again.
if Chichi Rodriguez, he had to have won a tournament.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't know if he won a major, but he was awesome. When I was when I was 6 and you were saying who's the greatest golfer of all time, it was Chichi Rodriguez.
Yeah,
because that man had style.
Well, yeah, and I don't know shit about golf, so very similar to how I don't know shit about soccer. If you got a great name, I'm picking you to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
number
Yeah,
one.
I had no clue even like that people played golf professionally as a kid. The only thing I knew about golf as a kid was like that George Carlin bit where he talks about give golf courses to homeless people. So
Yeah.
I grew up be like, yeah, go to hell golf.
There's this. Speaking of George Carlin, we'll have to find the photo. I saw the most amazing photo ever of. This was during a Dodgers game in the 1970s, and you know how they have that low wall in the foul ground by
Yeah.
the outfield. It's Dusty Baker fielding the ball. He's like throwing it to home, presumably to beat the runner. And then there's a guy hanging over the wall vomiting, and then running in the kind of foul ground is a shirtless George Carlin trying to get away from like the guy throwing up. So he's on the field.
What?
Yeah, it's the most inexplicable photo ever, but it's so
the
quintessentially
70s fucking
70s.
ruled.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was alive then.
Man. But yeah, so we have a tournament.
Yes.
So if you're new to the show,
Yeah.
First of all, stop this and listen to the other tournaments. But just to give you a short primer. Primer. So what we have is we have tournaments.
Yes.
We have themes. We each did 3.
We've all picked a
And
topic.
We've all picked 3 topics that could be the basis. And what happens is it could be the best of a certain thing, could be the
Yep.
worst of a certain thing. Who could win in a fight?
I have a special type
You have
of
a special
tournament in
one.
there that I'm hoping wins.
Okay, so what we do is we pick out the topic, and then once we pick the theme, we're going to pick the contestants, and it's going to be pandemonium after that point.
Yeah.
So we got them in there.
Yep. You can hear it shuffling around. There is literally a hat with selections.
Be a lot cooler if you had one of those things you turn like the lottery.
Hey,
ticket
yeah,
before you go.
This is arbitrated by PricewaterhouseCoopers.
All right. He's got one.
So,
a selection has been
Here's
made.
the ones that were not picked. Hottest, sexiest monster movie villain.
Oh, all right. Who's sexier, Jason or Freddy? We'll finally find out.
I actually would have gone for that 1997 Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
Godzilla's in there. Is Freddy a monster, or is he just a man, a murderer?
I mean, all of us are monsters.
That's
really,
fair.
when you
Yeah.
look at it.
As Lady Gaga fans,
You
we're
can
all
do,
little
you can do
monsters.
Frankenstein. Ladies like a strong jaw.
Presidential Royal Rumble.
That's my special one.
Oh man, but we
So-
would have had to do 30.
yeah,
and then
yeah.
like the entrance and we had to have some comedy entrance in there, like, you know,
like,
yeah, I don't know.
like the guy with the boot on his head.
I feel like Nixon would win that because he would just murder people.
yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
don't know. I think Abe Lincoln would be the top one because he was the first NWA world champion.
Yeah.
We have best, in quotes, bad wrestling gimmick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not going to be one of them.
Oh no, so no plumber.
No TL Hopper, no Fantasio.
Yep.
Best alien.
Yeah, so that one was one of mine. I was thinking, you know, what would happen if Mork from Mork took on the Xenomorph?
I mean, I think Alf's the best, right? Because he eats cats.
What 80s Brat Packer would win in a fight now?
That was mine.
Now I love the
Now.
so it's drugged out Charlie Sheen versus dead Patrick Swayze.
Well,
Was
he in the
Swayze a Brat Packer?
Nah, I guess not.
No,
He's
Brat
Kentucky.
Packer. I think classic Brat Packer's just the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Plus
16 Candles.
It's all the John Hughes.
But it's like,
Yeah.
but it can't be like 16 Candles, like, so like.
throw
was part-
Heathers.
I wouldn't
in there.
say Dice.
I
Was
feel
part
like
of the
Ali
Brat Pack,
Sheedy.
even
It's
though
got to
he-
be Ali Sheedy though, because she's
Yeah, of
frightening.
course. Yeah, Ali Sheedy's definitely in there. But then you'd also have people like Demi Moore.
No, I was
Yeah.
saying Ali Sheedy would win.
That she.
Yeah.
It was like a Breakfast Club plus St. Elmo's Fire. That's what
St.
it
Elmo's
was.
Fire,
Yeah.
yeah, and Heathers too.
I feel like
put
Rob
that on
Lowe
there.
loses instantly.
Yeah, I don't know. Anthony Michael Hall's probably like lifting weights and he's like doing CrossFit, so he might.
Yeah, and he's
he might
probably-
have like a black belt in Krav Maga.
He's probably
or
got
something.
some anger issues.
Yeah, he teaches Krav Maga and on Pico at the studio.
Does he really?
I don't know. Maybe
That was so
Who knows?
believable.
Yeah.
I fucking was on board with it. I was like, God damn, I didn't know.
and every time we always put this in, it's not in there. Worst fast food.
Nah.
Not in there.
Bummer.
Del Taco.
Yeah. Oh my God. Captain D's is going to get there.
Oh, yeah. Or Long John Silver's.
Oh, well, Long John
Jack in the
Silver's
Box
the worst.
wins, I think.
you
For-
serious?
Jack in the
For
Box.
worst?
No,
It's
Jack
not
in the Box is
bad.
edible. And they have egg rolls. Rivers, don't fuck with me. Egg rolls. Egg rolls. You can change out your French fries or onion rings for egg rolls. No. Don't you dare.
Is that
Don't you-
true?
That's very true.
Yeah.
Don't you
Okay.
dare
I didn't know
besmirch
that.
the good name of...
Best 24-hour restaurants.
Yeah. I was thinking along sort of similar lines, but I was sort of thinking
Waffle House.
It's obviously we're gonna get Waffle House, but
Waffle House, maybe IHOP.
Yeah, but then
IHOP is trash.
You could throw a Whataburger in there. You can.
Waffle House isn't trash.
Waffle House is better food and it's cheap. IHOP costs like a gajillion. IHOP and Denny's are expensive.
IHOP doesn't have like some toothless dude who like for sure knows where to find meth cooking your food.
I don't know. The guys I knew that worked at IHOP were some
I have literally seen someone pay for their smother covered chunk with a crack rock before.
I did find crack cocaine in a Waffle House once, and the guy that was our waiter was just like, "Don't touch it. I'll deal with it." So,
don't touch it. Don't take it. I'll deal with it using fire.
He seemed like a super reputable guy, so he probably found a way to bury it.
Smoke it.
Yeah, it's some sort of like super fun situation where I guess you bury it and then you don't touch it for 35 years.
For sure,
biodegrades. Best theme parks includes water parks.
That was mine.
Example, Vision Land?
Yeah, in Alabama, in Bessemer, Alabama, which is where no one should go. They used to have a
hometown of Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson's from there. So
yeah, they used to have this theme park called Vision Land.
It's still there, isn't it?
It's still there.
Yeah.
They closed down the park, and now it's just a water park. But it was quite literally the worst.
They closed down the park?
They closed down the park.
No more Alabama Rampage?
They shut that thing down, man. It was like the largest wooden roller coaster in Alabama. It was the only wooden roller coaster in Alabama, and they had this like side part where it was full of like styrofoam dinosaurs, and the whole thing was you just walk through.
Vision Land was
that
awesome.
place rules. Yeah,
it was the shittiest thing of all time. It had one roller coaster. Had this like trail through the woods where you just saw like styrofoam dinosaurs for no reason and not explained either. It's just dinosaurs and like no point. And then like a small water park that constantly had to be shut down for E. coli because kids shit in the pool.
Kids kept shitting in it.
Throw these in there. These are good ideas.
Oh well, there was best cocaine.
Fall from Grace.
Okay.
Ooh. You got Iron Man. You got George Carlin. You got Pryor. A good cocaine fall from grace is the dude from Silver Spoons. Like, oh my god, a cocaine fall from not Ricky Schroeder. No, not Silver Spoons. I'm sorry. What's the one?
Todd Bridges. Todd Bridges from What's Happening, or not What's Happening? God damn it,
Different Strokes.
Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that like I remember watching an True Hollywood story about Different Strokes one time. And like when it's a situation where Gary Coleman is the most like has had the most normal like life,
right?
That's insane because like between Todd Bridges and Dana Plato, it was just like, oh my god.
Wasn't Gary Coleman like super good friends with Michael Jackson?
Yeah, no, it was Emmanuel Lewis from
Webster.
Yeah.
Who we saw one time. We were driving to a concert in Atlanta, and my friend Caroline looked over, and there was an Escalade, and Webster was driving it, presumably sitting on a booster seat
with like a stack of books on the accelerator,
with his encyclopedias taped to his shoes.
I mean, that's a pretty good pull. If you can see Webster in public and be like Webster, I mean, that's a really good pull.
I'm bad.
There was literally no one else it could have been. It was one of those things like we saw him.
It just could have been a normal person.
It could have been like a dude.
Yeah, it just could have been a dude.
He's very distinct. Emmanuel Lewis is very fucking
if you know who that is, though. But I feel like that's anyone who's under 28 has absolutely no idea.
I never watched the show. I just know him as a reference from I Love the 80s.
And then best in theme quote in quotes, best theme restaurant names. Example 19th Hole.
Yeah, like the terrible restaurant names.
Well, the worst one of all times is obviously Beef O'Brady's. I mean, that one's hideous.
Yeah.
So it's just like, where are you going to eat? It's like, I'm going to Beef's.
So in my Beef O'Brady's has the distinction of in my hometown of being only the second restaurant that I can think of. I worked for one of them, which was called Stakeouts, where they were in Auburn. They failed miserably, closed. Somebody else was like, "Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Open up a Stakeout," and open another one, and it also failed. They did the same shit for Beef O'Brady's. They were there, they went out of business, and then some guy opened it up again in the same fucking place.
Yeah.
I feel like the ultimate crappy theme restaurant is Margaritaville, right?
Toby Keith American Grill is pretty.
I love this bar and grill.
Yeah.
Beef O'Brady's is ridiculous. So Beef O'Brady's is essentially if you took Bennigan's and replaced the Irish ethnic theme with the redneck ethnic theme.
Right,
it's
right.
like it's Beef O'Brady's is real rough going to eat at. And Beef O'Brady's is big in it was big in Florida. I don't know if Beef O'Brady's still exists. I don't think it does.
I've never seen one, so I don't. They're not in Alabama, Georgia, or Mississippi.
I think there's a few. There's like some survivors because all the Beef O'Brady's in Brevard County, Florida shut down, and there were tons of Beef O'Brady's. But I remember Beef O'Brady sponsored a bowl game.
Still around.
Okay. So if you're a fan of Beef O'Brady's, there's still time.
And there's a subsection of the website. It's Beef Jobs.
Beef
Jobs. That's good stuff.
Yeah, but yeah, it was they had a bowl game and people were just like, what?
Oh, they did have a Beef O'Brady's
people were
bowl
just
game.
like, what's Beef O'Brady's?
And that wasn't even that long ago. What? That was like 2 3 years ago.
It's just like, let me. I'll tell you what Beef O'Brady's is. Let me tell you the acid reflux I've had eating at that place.
I've never been, but when I hear the word Beef O'Brady's, I think like Yoshinoya, like beef bowl.
It's now called the Gasparilla Bowl.
Gasparilla Bowl, sure.
Sponsored by Bad Boy Mowers.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
It's the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh my god.
What isn't Gasparilla a drink?
The greatest of all time
That's
is
sarsaparilla.
That's sarsaparilla. Gasparilla, I think, is like a flower or a plant or something that. The greatest of all time is always the Meineke Car Care Bowl. But
I was a big fan of the GoDaddy.com Bowl.
GoDaddy.com Bowl.
That one's pretty good. But the Meineke Car Care Bowl.
Yeah.
Great. So the winner is greatest infomercials.
So like
Billy OxyClean.
So we're talking products, right?
We're talking
Slap Chop.
We're talking the ones. It could be the Ninja Blender.
Oh my god.
Carlton Sheets' real estate thing. Ton Lepre, sports collectibles at home. We are gonna try and figure out.
Dude, I am the recent fucking purchaser, by the way, and I'm very, very happy with this product. And let me just take a minute to tell you about the Miracle Bamboo Pillow.
Oh man.
Oh boy, I have been so pleased with this pillow, and I can't say it enough.
So we're gonna pick the
you don't
best.
have cable. How did you even see it?
Well, no, I was shopping the as seen on TV section of Fry's all the time.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick
You're a
the
psychopath.
8 greatest infomercials, and they're gonna face off against each other.
What was his last name? Billy
Yes.
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays. Oh man, Billy Mays.
My head's gonna explode.
Speaking of cocaine fall from graces,
well, check out our Billy episode. Tournament of Billies. He was
so we're gonna pick out the infomercials.
Fuck yes.
Put on Amy by the Pure Prairie League, and we're gonna have our contenders.
Easy to please, easy to please. When you're a jazz man, you get easy to please. A trick or two. Honey, I'm a jazz man with a sunny land blue.
Alrighty, and that was Pure Prairie League with the song Jazz Man.
Oh, did not Amy? I said Amy at the beginning, and that's Jasmine.
No, I switched it up. We got to do different PPL songs every time.
Oh, PPL. So many songs, so much to remember.
Yeah.
We have a selection of 9, count them 9, of potentially the greatest infomercials of all time. Or they're going to be vying for it. Now, we're going to miss certain ones, right? So there's going to be certain ones that didn't make the cut that are just oversights on our part.
Yeah.
So do not, hound us if we don't include Tom Vu or something
Yeah.
or the what's the one for the cost of a cup of coffee?
or yes, some sort of Suzanne powder workout product or something like that.
Or the oh god, what was it? The university where it always went. High school TV VCR repair.
I forgot about
Correspondent
that
Schools of America.
Correspondent School of America. There we go. Yeah, and it was always in that order. It would go
TV
high
VCR,
school,
or that
VCR
weird
repair.
short-haired lady who goes, "Stop the insanity!"
But all right, so we're gonna seed these out.
Yeah.
So what this is going to be is a single elimination tournament. We're gonna have matchups. And
Man, this is
they're
gonna
gonna
be-
matriculate through the rounds, and we're gonna find out what the ultimate one is. And based upon our system, we pulled out of the hat. Sometimes we'll have some heavy-duty first-round matchups,
Yeah.
so we could have potential finals in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like
in
the
case of,
NCAA tournament where they put all the good teams in one section.
First, OxyClean So OxyClean,
classic Billy Mays joint.
Billy Mays.
If you like Billy Mays,
OxyClean-
check out our Billy's episode.
OxyClean is going to be facing off against the Snuggie / Forever Lazy.
Fuck yes! If your girlfriend's ever been cold on a couch,
Yeah.
we've got the products for you.
Slanket, that's another knockoff version of it. The next matchup, Time Life Sounds of the 70s.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you that are going to say, why is Time Life Sounds of the 70s and not Freedom Rock? Freedom Rock didn't have an infomercial. They just had a 60
Well, you could do the Time Life just
the 60-second spot.
60s
Yeah.
and 70s.
Oh, I love the Peter Fonda one for the 60s, though. That one's great.
that was
I mean,
so
I literally-
weird.
My man's looking rough.
I've sat through the entire thing.
Ooh.
Peter Fonda in a fucking
He's in the Mr. America
leather
jacket.
vest. Yeah.
Yeah, with the
headbands.
lady who I have no idea.
Yeah,
who
and
she
he
is.
just is looking lost.
Yeah, to say the least.
But Time Life Sounds of the 70s starring Roger Daltrey of The Who, if I remember correctly.
Fuck yeah.
Face off against Ronco's GLH number 9, a.k.a. Spray On Hair.
Spray on hair.
The greatest product that Ron
You can't
Popeil
tell
ever
it's not
plugged.
real hair.
No, you can't, because Macho Man wore it all the time. It
Yeah,
looked fucked up.
Oh man, I forgot to put the Juice Man juicer in here. Oh, that's sad. Shake weight.
Oh yeah,
Shake
classic.
weight.
Absolutely classic.
Shake weight. Yeah, if you ever went to a frat party in the area in which this came out, somebody's gonna bust out a shake weight
They've still got one upstairs in the green room of the Improv.
versus the Thigh Master, Suzanne Summers.
Suzanne
and the
Summers.
Thigh Master.
Yep.
That's
Now,
what she was
one
having
of
to do
these-
before Step by Step. That
one
was
of these is gonna
pre-Step by
be-
Step money.
A play-in match, and oh my god, Don West Sports Collectibles at home.
Oh boy, Don West and our
Oh,
Goods from
my
the Woods
God.
Hall of Famer.
And he's going to be playing the play-in matchup, and this is oh my god, this is a
Wow.
doozy. Matthew Lesko
Oh wow, get your free money.
versus Don Lepre and the greatest vitamin in the world.
Okay.
Let's cue it up. We'll do the play-in matchup first. Matthew Lesko versus Don Lepre.
Okay.
Let's go City.
Yeah, so Matthew Lesko, born in 1943, American author.
He's really that old.
I know,
He
it's
aged
crazy.
Immaculately, actually.
It's the suits.
It's the suit. It's the Riddler suit.
It's the Riddler outfits. You just don't notice them. Yeah, so his signature fashion extends into his daily attire and transportation, earning him the nickname the question mark guy.
Yeah, he drives around Washington D.C. with this
a question mark
car,
mobile.
a question mark mobile like the Riddler would.
Yeah.
And it has a big decal on the side that's like Matthew Lesko, and that's
I mean, he's the king of squeezing pennies out somewhere. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
free advertising.
Like a friend
free government grants.
like a friend of the show, Ron Babcock, is from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so he
He's
graduated.
gonna, at some point, he's
like
gonna
Tommy
snap.
like Tommy Boy graduated from Marquette University.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went to Vietnam as a navigator for the U.S. Navy. Wow, so he will fucking murder you. He'll straight up murk your ass, Matthew Lesko. He'll strangle you with that bow tie.
No. Don't go in the Sea of Tonkin.
So the Matthew Lesko system. The Matthew. Peace with dignity.
God, can you imagine being on a submarine with that psycho in a closed space with no escape?
Damn the torpedoes! Yay!
Yes, General Westmoreland. Free.
So the Matthew Lesko system of duping the government out of its fucking fund money started with his newsletter in 1979.
Golly, he's been at it a long time.
Yeah.
And
This guy's got knowledge, man.
the first big book was called in 1980. It was called "Getting Yours: The Complete Guide to Government Money," and he claims to have researched government grants for over 25 years.
Lies.
Yeah. So basically, these infomercials would come on, and I'm just gonna play a little excerpt from this. Is probably right around the time I became aware of this guy. Like, if you were around, in the mid to late 90s, you couldn't avoid these fucking commercials.
Yeah, they were everywhere, and these would go on. There was the short ad, and we're going to play the short ad.
Yeah.
but there were versions of this that would go on 30 minutes.
All night.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
yeah.
they would just repeat it.
They would just loop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know that Nike shoes, Apple Computer, and even H. Ross Perot have used government money programs to help make their millions, and you can too. I'm Matthew Lesko, and you probably see me on Oprah, Larry King, or Letterman talking about government money programs. Well, my new book shows you 15,000 programs you could use to change your life. You can get a better job, get an education, or start your own business. Next year, the government's going to give out over $350 billion, and those who know about the programs are the ones who get the money.
I got $25,000.
Oh, I forgot about the people.
Yeah.
The government gave me money to live on for 6 months while I started my own business.
And now I live in this van. So basically, this guy, the commercials just consisted of a man in a question mark suit running around Washington, D.C. and screaming about government grants. And the one we just played, I mean, this was pretty subdued. He became this cartoon character.
Yeah.
Like, after being featured pretty prominently on one of my favorite episodes of The Andy Dick Show, which is very underrated, despite the fact that Andy Dick is a crazy fuck. The Andy Dick Show was hilarious. And
I
he
got
did this guy.
$19,000 from the National Endowment of the Arts for my dance
I like that it's
sequence.
he's got a 1-800 number. Remember 1-800 numbers before like the internet was big and you had to call
1-900 numbers, man.
Yeah.
That's a joint right there.
Well, and then in
the New Kids on the Block 1-900 number.
Yeah, well, and then in the late 90s, of course, and we didn't talk about her because it barely counts, but Miss Cleo had a 1-800 number that as soon as you called it and agreed to be read psychically by her or her associates would then be transferred to a 1-900 number. So they got real sneaky towards the end there. Yeah, but eventually
the book was like $37.
Yeah, so the book, oh my God,
I joined the Navy and they paid me.
Dear Lord, let's see.
I wonder what dark secrets Mr. Lesko's hiding.
So the system was about it was $37.95.
Yeah.
Today's money, that would be basically close to $58.
$58, yeah. And on top of that, they would take your information and they would sell your information to telemarketers.
Yep.
So not only are you getting,
of course, he's a genius with money. Of course, they did
for $37 and getting access to all this free money.
Right.
You would actually also have your number sent to people that sold like male enhancement products.
Yeah.
And they would call you at dinner and be like, "Hey, I got this great opportunity for your penis."
He was the originator of like every shitty website ever now that's like trying to sell you something you don't want, and it's just like you put any of your information in, and all of a sudden you get 80 phone calls a day.
Yeah.
But Matthew Lesko,
he's an icon.
But in my opinion, he's no Don LaPree.
Yeah, so let's hear about this because this will probably jog my memory, but I don't exactly.
We talk
remember
about
this.
Don LaPree a little bit in the episode, the multi-level marketing episode with.
Oh yeah.
Clee and Ed.
That's right.
Clee Wiggins and Ed Greer. But Don LaPree had a long-running infomercial that would play all the time about a tale of when he was in a one-bedroom apartment. He made tiny classified ads, and he was able to make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And tell you about it always on the beach.
Yeah. Okay.
He was insane. And he had two versions of it. He had the one that was the tiny classified ads one, and he also sold this thing called the greatest vitamin in the world, where he couldn't tell you what the vitamin did, nor what was in the
because
vitamin.
Because of the FDA.
Because the FDA would shut him down because he knew the truth, right?
Yeah.
Don LaPree.
He was the Alex Jones of eating good.
Don LaPree, just long story short, if I remember correctly, was going to go to jail for fraud pretty heavy. And when the feds came, he killed himself. He shot himself in the head right as they came in. So he basically did like a what's his name? Bud
Dwyer?
Bud Dwyer.
That's fucking cool.
You know who would
situation.
never kill themselves?
Matthew Lesko. But you have Don LaPree has to be seen to be believed because this guy had this weird psycho charisma.
Yeah, we're gonna put all these these videos. We'll play clips. We'll put them all up on our Twitter. We're at the Goods Pod.
So play this.
When Don LaPree first approached our formulation team, we thought he was joking when he said, "Spare no expense and assemble whatever research was necessary to create the greatest vitamin in the world." We had never had so much unlimited freedom to create a formula this complete. We took over 100 years of research experience from our formulation team, and we put it into one formula. The best way that I can explain this is if you had the world's leading research team at your disposal and someone came to you and asked you to create the ultimate product for the body, you would end up with the greatest vitamin
And
in
who
the
was
world.
the brainchild behind
And
this?
all I do is
We decided to call it the greatest vitamin in the world. Instead of being a company that spends millions of dollars getting their product or their service into stores and into retail.
You mean tested?
I decided to put millions of dollars into the hands of my independent advertisers. And just like the people that you saw on the show today, that could easily be you. And if it doesn't make sense yet, just stick around.
Oh,
and
I love that.
promise you, in the next few minutes, you're going to wish that you could have got started doing this 10 years ago.
How much is a
Wow. Okay. So
and they say, how much is a bottle of this? They're like, we're not going to tell you. This should be worth thousands of dollars. And it's just, but Don, this one is like the best one, but usually it'd be Don Lepre and somebody had like a handy cam. And he was just like, I was working as a busboy and I was making no money. I was living in my tiny 1-bedroom apartment and I decided to place tiny classified ads in the newspaper and I started making a fortune. You know? That's Don Lepre, everybody. I contend better than Matthew Lesko.
He's definitely shystier. Like he's more nefarious than Matthew Lesko. But
I was gonna
the
say,
idea is the best infomercial. I gotta go Lesko simply for cultural significance.
I mean, not to besmirch the dead, but this dude went out like a fucking gangster. He literally said, "You'll never take me alive, coppers," and blew his head off.
I feel like a gangster would have like had the cops shoot him. He shot himself, so he's not. I wouldn't say
no, but he wouldn't give the
gangster.
cops the satisfaction to shoot him, man. That's like some American Protestant hang up about the afterlife, man. True historical badasses. Hannibal, fucking not Pompey.
Hannibal.
No, who was the other guy? The Marcus Crassus. No, I guess he was ripped apart by the Parthians. It doesn't matter. True historical badasses. A lot of them fucking killed themselves. I don't know. That was a
Socrates.
Yeah, Socrates. There we go. Yeah. Hannibal, Socrates. Like, there's a lot of
Kurt motherfucking Cobain.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he didn't have the cops closing in on him, you know.
That you know of, man.
But the point is, he didn't give him the goddamn set. He didn't give the FDA the satisfaction of having a trial.
He didn't give Courtney the satisfaction of murdering him.
But no, I would say this guy went out like more of a badass. But to your point, I have to go Lesko because he's an icon. Lesko's an icon.
It's the cultural significance.
All right,
Yeah.
so all right, Matthew, by Don Lepre and the greatest vitamin in the world.
I mean, a lot of.
I took the greatest vitamin in the world, and that's
What?
why. I'm.
How did you get it?
What is it like? Vitamin
Well,
B?
I placed some tiny classified, and I can't tell you what it did, but let me tell you, I will not see my kid's graduation. All right,
I can't tell you what's in this.
Don Lepre,
mostly because it's
you had your
sawdust.
moment, man. I'm sorry, I was rooting for you.
Lesko advances.
See, that's one of those heavy hitter opening round sort of
Yeah.
things. So first matchup, Time Life Sounds of the 70s versus Ronco Spray on Hair.
Can we just, since it's the same thing, can we just say 60s and 70s?
I'd say the 70s, because I think the 70s is a little bit better.
The 70s is the classic one.
Oh, okay.
That's the one that they played the most.
Yeah, because they went back and did the 60s and then later
Yeah,
did
the
the
70s
80s.
when I've watched both of them all the way through because I smoke way too much marijuana.
Oh man, and some truly benevolent soul has put all 30 minutes of this onto YouTube.
Wow, that is tragic.
You'll feel the awesome explosion of the greatest guitar rock bands in history.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Once again, you'll rock to the hits at the top of the charts. You'll shake
The thing
your
is,
body
I
to
bet
the
this
highest
product is
disco
actually
beats.
phenomenal.
Oh yeah, no, I have volume 1 actually.
Yeah.
Because doesn't it come with a DVD too?
Sounds of the 70s.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, this rules, dude.
Yeah.
No, all right. So I have the 1970 disc.
Okay.
Somehow, and I think it, based on my mom going to every yard sale in Auburn,
Yeah, sure.
Alabama, in perpetuity, forever and ever. I assume this had to have come from an estate sale. I have the 1970 disc of this.
Well,
and it's got Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again on there by Sly and the Family Stone.
Hell yeah, that's a good
It's
one.
got a lot of fucking great songs on there that I kind of got exposed to.
Taking It to the Streets by the Doobies.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, you were
Yeah,
talking.
I mean, I feel like this is everyone's exposure
Peter
to that
Frampton.
song.
Yeah. Do you feel like
Do
we
you
do?
feel? Bow, bow, bow.
The thing that I always loved about that is that you could put together this collection, but it would cost you literally thousands of dollars. And
Right,
you have
yeah.
a bunch of songs that you don't even want to listen to, aka album tracks. You know,
It's just the hits,
it's
baby.
just the hits, baby.
This is like the precursor to MP3s, where you just download all the songs.
Yeah, I
you want.
know.
Yeah.
Except they're actually listed correctly on the timeline.
Oh man, yeah, dude. All right, so the one that I've got, I'll just run down the 1971 real quick, just as an example.
Ventura Highway.
Yeah, so
Ventura
they,
Highway.
yeah.
Ventura Highway.
CCR Up Around the Bend, classic.
Yeah.
War by Edwin Starr. Domino by Van Morrison. Three Dog Night, Mama Told Me Not to Come. Uncle John's Band by the Grateful Dead. I think that must have been the first time I heard that song.
Yeah.
But there's like all these weird shit on here, like Green Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf.
Oh yeah, Green Eyed Lady. It's kind of a jam. It's like one of those bands like the Grassroots or the Association that
God,
you
I
never
love
know
the Grassroots.
That you never know the name of the band, but it's just like hell yeah.
Oh yeah, this song.
Fuck
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. There
And
we
then
go.
just imagine a dead-eyed Peter Daltrey just
Those sounds can only be taken together in this one collection.
yeah, it's just
It would
Roger
call-
Daltrey. God, why did I mess that up? Peter Daltrey, Peter Townsend and Roger Daltrey are the same person.
Normally this would cost you $36,000, but today you can get it for 3 easy payments of $19.95.
Listen. I'm making so much money doing this.
Well, I mean,
I'm
if
sad
you
about-
watch it, obviously he's high.
Yeah, oh yeah, he is. He's just
yeah.
everybody that's a star on these is like completely just like messed up, and they're just like, I am going to be able to buy another house in Idlewild.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of remember, like, because a lot of this speaks to, obviously the era right before MP3, right before Napster, the era that we kind of talked about ending in the 1999 episode, where it's like, that was some real shit.
That was a hell of a deal.
You would have to spend thousands of dollars to get all these hits in one place, so it was a hell of a deal.
Yeah. But those things would go on forever, and it would just be like, you'd watch the entire 30 minutes and hear that one part of Do You Think I'm Sexy like 5 or 6 times.
Right, yeah. You knew
That's not 70s, though, is it?
Yeah.
Don't you think I'm sexy? Is the 80s?
No,
right?
77.
77.
Was that the same album as Hot Legs?
Yeah. Blondes Have More Fun.
Yeah,
Go
so
back and listen to our disco
Time
episode.
Life sounds of the 70s. Classic.
Fuck yeah, but that's how you knew you'd passed out and you like woke up and it was still do you think I'm sexy? You're like, oh god, it's looped.
Yeah.
I have to go to bed.
Ronco's GLH Formula number 9.
Oh my god,
I feel like this one has.
Popeil.
This might be the dark horse to win it all.
Yeah.
The
Ron
spray on here.
So
this is the best of the Ron Popeil.
Right. So I threw this one in the hat and I was trying to think because Ron Popeil is probably I would venture to say the king of the infomercial.
Yeah.
He is responsible for the Pocket Fisherman. Pocket Fisherman is the one that I almost put in there.
Showtime Rotisserie was the one I always remember.
Showtime Rotisserie.
Yeah.
Like go look up some of Ron Popeil stuff. We'll put some of his best shit up on our Twitter.
Listen here, everybody. Take a bulldozer, knock over your kitchen because you won't need it anymore to have the Showtime Rotisserie.
I feel like
and then people were in the audience.
Yeah, no, he had an audience,
and they're like, "Yeah."
The spray on hair is huge because like I remember in movies whenever they wanted to show like somebody not paying attention to TV and had an infomercial on, it was always spray on hair.
Yeah. Well,
oh man.
Oh god. So this is iconic.
I'm going to do mine right now. Okay. I'm going to use.
Wow.
Should I use dark brown or silver black?
Silver black.
Yeah.
What color is your hair, motherfucker?
Sick burn by the audience.
Dark brown, the lady said over there.
Well, he's really fighting for that.
I want dark brown, ladies.
Dark brown.
God, this rules. So he takes out
a can of Rust-Oleum.
Yeah, basically. It's full of CFCs.
Right.
I remember one time.
I better check my own bald spot back here.
Yeah.
Just like in the TV commercial, huh? Okay.
And this is like a whole
He's
set.
not even using like a thing to protect his clothes. Wow.
You're about 3 inches away from the
I love how it looks. It looks exactly like somebody spray painting their head.
I remember one time watching an episode of Monday Nitro where they beat the crap out of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep.
And they take the spray paint and they spray his bald spot.
Yeah.
With yellow spray paint, I think it was.
Yeah, well, so Savage used to use this shit.
Yeah.
Because you would see where Randy Savage was clearly bald on top, but he had a black scalp.
You would sometimes you could also see like when he would sweat a lot, it would like trickle down his face.
Yeah. Like it's the least convincing.
It's almost as good as when Sergeant Slaughter's toupee would fall off and he'd have to adjust it when he'd throw a punch.
Right.
But this is amazing because it's like he has the full stage setup. I mean, this is not. I don't think there's a single edit in this. 3-camera. Whole setup, and there's like an audience that's just like, yeah. So like, I came to visit LA from Iowa, and I want to see television being made, and it's Ron Popeil spray on hair.
Ron Popeil owns this studio. So I actually get this, man. All right, so I watched. I'll have to go back and find it because it was one of those things like, you know, Vox or some shit like, oh, you remember this guy? What's he up to now? So it was like a documentary about like Ron Popeil now.
Yeah.
He owns that studio. He bought a fucking studio specifically to pimp his products.
Hell
and the little documentary, I just remember him. Basically, they didn't show the interviewer, but obviously the question was like, do you still use these products? And he was just like, oh yeah, I start my morning every morning. And it just cut to him in his fucking bathroom.
Nice!
To this day. Day.
He owns
Wait a second. Can you still buy this?
What I assume, no. I don't think you can.
Pull it up.
I'll look for it. But what I think is he just has so much of the shit laying around.
Oh my God.
Of course
that
he
would
still
be
does
perfect.
it. But it showed this whole thing. And then he's like riding in the car going to the studio. And he's like, oh yeah, I still pull over to the side of the road to fish every once in a while. I got my pocket fisherman. And he opened the glove box and he's got his pocket fisherman.
Oh man.
In the glove box.
And he's driving in a convertible and his hair's not moving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
just like one like teardrop of black perspiration comes down from the dark brown.
Yeah.
I remember I was watching MTV one time and Cisco was on and my dad walked in the room. He's like, oh man, does that guy use spray on hair?
Okay, so
because it was silver.
It was silver and so perfectly the same length.
Holy fucking shit! Ron Popeil has a net worth of $200 million.
Sure,
Jesus,
hell yeah,
Christ.
That's capitalism, baby.
Oh boy!
I wonder if that's like a steady incline or if that's like
that's the American dream.
Yeah, let's see if you can still buy spray on hair.
So you can't buy spray on hair anymore. What you can buy is this product called Topic Hair Building Fibers, made of colored keratin protein blend, undetectably mixing with existing hair strands to instantly create the appearance.
It's spray on fiberglass.
Yeah, you're fiberglassing the way you'd fiberglass an attic. You now fiberglass your fucking head.
That rules.
With an aerosol can?
It's in an aerosol can, yeah. So what it does, instantly fills the thinning areas, conceals hair loss, makes the fine hair look completely thick and full. I bet it doesn't. And
it's made of keratin fibers. Asbestos.
Don't just look your best, look your asbestos. But boom. So anyway, yeah,
comedy.
All right, so $200 million, still killing it.
He's a
legend.
Winner. He's the winner.
Born in 1935, by the way.
He's the winner.
He's old as hell.
Yeah.
What is he? 84?
We gotta stop this. He's the winner of this round.
Or 83.
Songs of the 70s.
Yeah.
Right? Songs of the 70s. That is like the catalog, the archive of all the biggest hits of the 1970s.
Yeah.
But really,
spray on hair.
A decade of music.
Yeah,
can't compete with spray on hair.
Spray on hair is bananas.
Yeah, I mean, I just
it's
because.
Bonkers.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of y'all are going for spray on hair. I will only make this pitch for Sounds of the 70s is that when I watched it, I otherwise would have never known the name of Free
or Starbuck
or Starbuck.
Well, let me ask you this, Rivers. When people go through their midlife crisis, do they use those CDs to cover their head?
You know what? Actually,
no. They listen to these CDs as they put on there.
You know what? I was about to say. I think
in the years while spraying
the Venn diagram of people who use spray on hair and Sounds of the 70s, a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you buy one of these things, you've bought a lot of these things.
Yeah.
There's no one person who's I only bought the Magic Bullet. No, you bought Egg Wave, you bought Nonstick Skillet. I mean, it goes on. going on.
Yep.
But I'm gonna say spray on hair.
Yeah, I'm going Ron Popeil. Ron Popeil is the king.
Yeah, spray on hair, as far as culturally significant, like you don't have to explain to
All
anyone.
right, so the next matchup we have Billy Mays with OxyClean here.
Oh boy,
versus the Snuggie Forever Lazy.
Oh, that is two huge ones in the first round.
Hi, Billy Mays here for OxyClean, the stain specialist. Powered by the air you breathe.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what that means at all.
Powered by the air you breathe. It just goes right up your nose.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I was thoroughly impressed with OxyClean the first 100 times I watched this.
Oh yeah. You know, OxyClean's a solid product. I'll say this. This is my pitch for OxyClean. People who listen to the show know my mother is an antique dealer, and a lot of times she comes across like very ornate tablecloths in the homes of smokers, and the way to get the fucking smoke smell out of that shit is to let them sit in OxyClean in the washing machine without washing them for like a day and a half, and then wash those motherfuckers. Don't smell like cigarettes no more. So it does work.
But it's not the product. It's the delivery.
I feel like of all the products we have in here, this is like the most legitimately like this is cool.
Yeah. Now this shit's he has what looks to be a drum of sweet tea that he then turns into plain water, not like a reverse Jesus.
Yeah. There's absolutely zero chance that's not being pumped in through the bottom.
No, of course. Yeah. No, it is total like it's weird because it works, but it's also snake oil somehow.
Yeah. It's the delivery. The delivery makes it look like it's absolute snake oil.
Yeah, and Billy Mays, by the way, you can hear this. This is from 2000.
Our world famous Orange Clean.
You can hear him like he's a bit like Lesko in that he became more cartoonish as his career went along. Like by the time he died, and a lot of it probably had to do with the fact that he was doing enough cocaine to stop his heart, but he did get into that like, "I'm Billy Mays here."
Yeah,
like,
he looks like he's using. he's using the spray on hair. For his
fuck
beard.
yeah, he is.
What if the special ingredient in OxyClean was cocaine? And you just see him sniff OxyClean throughout the infomercial.
The air you breathe and the cocaine you breathe.
I mean, how much cocaine do you have to do to like stop your heart? Because like
a lot for 10 years.
Because like Fleetwood Mac is still around.
That's true. Yeah.
But OxyClean, Billy Mays here.
Billy Mays
here.
All right, that's OxyClean.
But sometimes the product sells itself.
Oh boy, yes it does.
And the failures of using the other product sells the product. So
yeah.
The Snuggie, the Forever Lazy, the Slanket.
So I put
the basis of so many desk pieces on late night television.
Absolutely. Well, I put this in the I put this one in the hat. So the Slanket, which was a blanket with sleeves.
Was it an infomercial though? Wasn't that just a regular commercial?
No, they had longer versions of it. I think. But I put those in there because. It was sort of like an evolution where you had the Slanket and the Snuggie, which were both blankets with sleeves, and then you had the next evolution, which was actually just union suit pajamas, but they were like, it's like a Slanket, but you wear it, and it was called the Forever Lazy. And just as for
when you've just given up.
No, and the testament to that shit, the reason that I respect it as a product is because they were so committed to the premise of being forever lazy. The Forever Lazy had a butt flap, so you could shit through it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just asking for trouble.
That's lazy style.
So you wouldn't have to take it off to take it.
I mean, if you're forever lazy, though, wouldn't you just shit inside it?
I mean, yeah, a diaper is is really the true forever lazy, but runner up to that.
But you have to change.
Yeah, but you got to change. That requires cleanup. No, this has an escape hatch for excrement. It's fucking awesome.
I never understood why these were so big, though. Like, just. You have blankets. Everyone has a blanket.
If you watch the sleeve.
If you watch, first of all, you don't know how to buy gifts for people. It's the go-to, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't care about you.
But I mean, what are you saying to the person? You seem like you sleep on the couch a lot. Here's the thing.
Yeah. So essentially, this is for people who are so chilly in their homes that they...
Every girlfriend I've ever had.
I mean, but I get that, but it's also like, come on, just tuck yourself back under the fucking blanket. Like I don't know.
I mean, I feel like the actual infomercial itself is far superior to the product in the case of this link.
Because I mean, essentially, a Snuggie Slanket
Yeah.
Is it's just capitalizing the lazy guy move that's been around forever, which is turning around your bathrobe.
Yeah.
You know, you just turn around your bathrobe and then you have a.
I had not even thought about that.
Yeah.
And you got yourself a slanket.
Yeah.
Turns out everyone already had a slanket.
This future technology you're dropping on me here. Turn around bathrobes.
The best part of the Snuggie commercial, by the way, is the soccer game.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where you see some children kicking around a soccer ball, and it just cuts to the bleachers, and there's like 40 parents, and they're all wearing fucking Snuggies, and it looks like a cult.
They look like there's some weird cult. Yeah,
because they're all like that sort of Rajneesh color of red.
That's actually the third installment of Cocoon.
We're celebrating our son's soccer game and the fact that we poisoned all these salad bars.
Yeah, All right, we're here to cheer for Hunter and the Bhagwan. So anyway.
So the Snuggie versus OxyClean.
Oh man. Well, we're Billy Mays, dude. He's a legend.
OxyClean, I feel like you can't. It's gonna be hard to top Oxy.
Yeah, I'll say OxyClean. Sure.
Yeah, I think the product was more iconic in terms of Snuggie because, like you said, it did it up in every desk piece of every comedy show.
Yeah.
But goddamn, Billy Mays is a force of nature.
Yeah. All right, next matchup: Thigh Master versus Shake Weight.
Okay, so speaking of desktop bits,
and these actually go together very well.
Absolutely. Exercise.
Exercise.
Oh man, you know what? I just realized that I should have thrown in there is
the Chuck Norris Total Gym.
Well, yeah, there's a lot in this exercise category.
What was the one that started with a B?
Bowflex.
Bowflex.
There was the Chuck Norris Total Gym.
Who was the motherfucker?
And NordicTrack where you would
the
ski.
Gazelle. Tony.
Tony Little.
Tony Little.
He
with
looked like
Gazelle.
Mr. Perfect.
He was.
He looks like if Mr. Perfect and Alex Hooper had a kid.
That guy.
I had forgotten about the
Tony Little.
I have never seen anyone so happy to exercise. He was just like running in place, just so happy.
The exercise category is unbelievable. It's kind of weird and fortuitous that these two kind of came together in the same game.
Gosh.
But the other one I was going to say that I totally forgot about that I loved that was very convincing.
Tybo.
Not Tybo. The fucking ab shocker machine.
Oh God, that was a good one.
If you're a younger
every
person,
comedian in the world had 10 minutes on it.
Dude, if you're a younger person, you don't know. They had a thing.
It looked like an EKG.
It was essentially an EKG. It was 2003, and it started off as they had these 4 little like things you could put on your fucking gut ski and turn on, and it would just like shock your stomach.
It would make the muscles contract.
Yeah. So you could theoretically have an ab workout by sitting on your ass
and doing nothing.
And then later I guess because the little sticky stuff came off after too many fat people sweated on it, they just then turned it into a belt. That you just put on. It would just shock you while you were sitting there.
And then you'd watch, you'd be like, dude.
What would happen if you had a heart murmur? Wouldn't it kill you?
No, it didn't do shit. This was an achievement. It was a towering achievement in pseudoscience because it was like, by activating the muscles in your body, you're getting the same as doing 1,000 sit-ups by just sitting on the couch.
So the premise of it was kind of, so they have those sorts of things, these like electro machines at like the physical therapist.
Yeah, like
yes.
Like I wore.
If you're in a hospital bed, you don't move.
Or they use one of those when I had a massive
atrophy
sprain on my trap. I couldn't use my right arm for like a little bit because it was so sprained.
Yeah.
They put one of those things on.
Right.
But it's like the whole thing was just like, hey, you have it in your house. And dude, I'll buy 10 of these, put it all over my body. I'm gonna be so ripped.
I'm gonna be ripped.
I'm gonna drink Diet Mountain
So
Dew.
it doesn't work. I mean, in my head, it seems like it should work because all it is making your muscles contract a lot.
Yeah.
So it seems like
no, but there's no tension. It's like part of it is like putting the tension of actually going up and down.
I mean,
this is just.
I don't know if it works, but I think that
it probably works on a microscopic level, but you actually have to have tension
you also have
to build
to
muscle.
Diet, so you don't just have you're just not jacked under a layer.
You can't just be chugging Faygo and have this thing shocking your tum-tum.
You can't just flex your bicep 100 times a day.
But anyway, we digress. The exercise
Thigh Master versus Shake Weight.
The exercise thingamabob category is vast, but this is what we got: Thigh Master versus Shake Weight.
I did both of these. I did
what?
Hell yeah!
These are both mine. But I did the Thigh Master.
Oh, I thought you owned a Shake Weight.
No. Those are both my suggestions. But the Thigh Master, when my sister was like maybe 14 or something, she had to have a Thigh Master and like lost her mind because my mom wouldn't get her one, and then she finally got the Thigh Master and never used it.
Yeah, well, that's probably most of these items.
Yeah, and by the way, this is the product of Suzanne Summers of at the time Three's Company.
Great legs.
Thank you.
How do you get them?
Some people were born with great legs, but the rest of us have to work at it. I used to do aerobics.
Holy God, that Suzanne Summers has like a 40-year-old?
Every single time you
Yeah.
squeeze
Yeah.
Thigh Master,
Oh, she's stacked, man.
right where you need it. So it's easy to squeeze your way.
So it's just basically
God, this is just J.O. fodder for teenagers. There's no other reason for this to exist.
this is basically
Wait, get Herbert. There's so in this commercial they show Suzanne Summers' legs squeezing this thing in very slow motion, and then they just cut to a man named Herbert Gould, and he's standing next to a chart explaining what muscles are.
Get out of shape. The result is flabby thighs. Thigh Master is designed to isolate and...
Get out of here, Herbert! We want to see the lady.
Now that I think about it, though, how does the Thigh Master work? Because
it's thigh abduction. It's a thigh abductor. So if you go to a gym, there's like a Nautilus machine where it's basically this thing.
Yeah.
Right, where you open your legs.
But doesn't that
and
just
close
work
your
out
legs
like the
and-
insides
Yeah,
of your legs?
basically that's what it is.
But it doesn't do anything to your quads or hammies.
Not really, no. And it's always funny because I always when you go to the gym, you see the guys that you see men doing it, and it's always the old guys. They're like, yeah. I always love that because they want to hit every. It's like, oh, I got to hit all the leg machines, and like rightfully so. They're like, you have to hit every part of the muscles.
Yeah.
But it's just seeing some like 65-year-old guys just like doing the thigh master.
Talk about J.O. material.
Yeah.
But the Thigh Master was one
Huge.
That was, that I think.
I mean, if you're young, you don't know, but when I was a little kid, huge.
Yeah,
huge.
I think the amount of money that Suzanne Summers made from the Thigh Master. I don't know if it was as much as the George Foreman grill, but it was pretty. I'd imagine pretty darn close.
The Thigh Master's the Foreman grill of legs.
Yeah.
And you can't say that about anything else.
Yeah. Unless you actually squeeze a Foreman grill together, which if you rig it up, get some.
I mean,
tension
it probably would
between
be fine because it's got the grease trap.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
And you lose the weight and it comes off the.
That's right. Yeah, it comes. The weight slides off your thighs.
Yeah. So the Thigh Master goes up against the shake weight.
Yeah, the shake weight, another exercise gizmo contraption
with weird sexual undertones.
But I think both of these aren't that weird. They're both pretty explicit. One of them's hot. One of them's hilarious.
Undertones might be selling it short, and they overtly sexualizing it.
Yeah, I mean, Suzanne Summers was able to bridge her career between Three's Company and Step by Step using the Thigh Master.
She wouldn't have gotten Step by Step without the Thigh Master.
Yeah, I know.
The Thigh Master kept it relevant.
Yeah, which is amazing. But it's
the shake weight. The shake weight. I mean, everybody is probably aware of this, but I'll just play a little.
Yeah. I feel like the shake weight had a very limited amount of relevant stuff.
The best part is first time shake weight users. They just cut to these people, random people in the street, just jerking this machine off.
And the funny thing is that you can't really hear them say anything. It's like this weird Stan Bush music in the background. It's like,
I imagine that's though because you have a first time shake weight user and they're doing it. You can't put somebody saying what the fuck is happening.
Why are you filming me doing this?
The funniest thing about the shake weight is it looks like they're not even moving their arms. It's just like the thing is working up.
Dynamic inertia.
I don't think they are moving their arms.
No, that's the whole thing. It's dynamic inertia, Pat. That's what they say. You don't move your arms. The weight moves around the thing. So it's this cylinder that looks kind of like a dumbbell with a vibrator in the middle.
I mean, obviously, the guy whoever invented this was trying to make a fuck machine, and then was like, "Well, this isn't working, but it does make my arms hurt."
And it's funny because the first version of it had all women in it, and then they finally were like, is America ready for the guys in the shake weight commercial? And it was always like these guys are like,
hell yeah,
like these jack dudes, that are just like, all right.
I mean, man,
I feel like
as the thing's just moving on its own.
Like you said earlier, most of their sales had to be like frat dudes who were like, "This is hilarious."
They're hilarious. Yeah, no, I've always wondered that, to what extent, obviously, most of these products when they come out, the people who were selling them realize that they're ridiculous, realize that they're mostly bullshit or whatever, unless they're just crazy.
Yeah.
But most of the people with their head screwed on straight are at least like, okay, there's some of this has to be entertaining to get people in to buy this because there's not much merit behind what I'm selling.
Yeah, it's
with the shake weight. What
does
percentage?
the shake weight work?
Right? No, of course not.
It's like if you lift it up because it is a 10-pound dumbbell.
Yeah,
if you lift it up and do some curls, or if you do a fly with it, it's great. By just doing the thing where it's like
the dynamic inertia. Just by jerking it,
it makes you like super good at masturbation. Maybe.
Yeah,
that was always the joke, right? And then it would be a thing where you go to some party and some bro would come out and be like, "Guess what Blake got me for Christmas, dude?"
Yeah. It was like they probably realized that they would sell more of these for like Dirty
Novelty,
Santa, Dirty Santa parties and
the little payola to get it on the campus channel.
The what are they? Purple elephant gifts?
Yeah, white elephant.
White elephant gifts. Yeah.
Pink elephants. We have a drinking
Santa,
problem.
Dirty Santa.
Yankee swap, what have you.
Shake weight or Thigh Master? I'd say the Thigh Master.
It's got to be Thigh Master.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Because you still see Thigh Masters to this day. Like people still buy Thigh Masters.
Shake weight is funnier, but its time of relevance was much shorter. Thigh Master literally had 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
You still get them.
I was going to say you still have them. One of my favorite things is they'll have at maybe not necessarily your big chain gyms like your LA Fitness, your 24-hour fitness, but at kind of independent gyms. Yeah. There's always a toy box filled with this kind of shit. Do you know what I'm talking about? We used to have a gym.
The loosey-goosey workout equipment where it's hand grips and things like that.
Right, just like the shit they would sell on TV. But I remember we had our local gym was called Kaz Fitness. Shout out to Bill
Kazmaier, strongest man in the world.
Strongest man in the world, owned his own gym in Auburn.
I'm wearing Auburn-themed Zubaz right now, and I bet my bottom dollar that Bill Kazmaier probably has 6 or 7 pairs.
Shout out to Kaz. We mentioned him on the show. He's a hell of a man. But his gym, I remember he had the damn Thigh Master there was just a box of just miscellaneous shit. And the Thigh Master, he had 2 or 3 of them in there.
I'd like to think that Bill Kazmaier used the Thigh Master to prepare to beat Jeff Capes in the World's Strongest Man or John Paul Sigmason or something like that.
I think I mentioned this on the show, but he was the chaperone on a field trip when I was in first grade. And I had to sit next to Bill Kazmaier on the bus. And that motherfucker's thighs were like a goddamn tree trunk. Yeah. It was insane.
It's the Thigh Master.
It's the Thigh Master.
Yeah, I guess.
think that's why it's passing on to the next round.
Thigh Master advances.
All right, and then Matthew Lesko, we've gone across this.
Yeah.
Don West. Sports collectibles at home.
Goods from the Woods Hall of Famer, Don West.
I think this is
our first real hard decision.
All right.
What are the choices now?
Matthew Lesko versus Don West. You know Don West?
So
Oh my God.
Right, so we gotta what's one that we haven't played before, Pat? Because we've done the baseball cards.
You know what? Just do the baseball cards. It's the classic.
Okay.
I mean, this guy.
So
come on.
Yeah. So Don West.
I think he's done coins, but that's not as good. Where he's just like Morgan silver dollars. Morgan silver dollars.
This guy's insane.
The swimming in cards is the greatest one. I think that is the most quintessential Don West thing where he's just they have this box full of cards that you could use to build your own dream store. Really, it's a bunch of common cards and stuff like that, but whatever. And he knocks it over, and he is able to make a silver lining out of it.
I want to show you how many cards 3,200 cards are.
What's wrong with him?
I mean, literally, I don't want to lay in them here because I don't want to bend anything. Literally, you can swim in them. Look at this. That's how. Look at this. We got cards all over the place.
Okay, so
he's definitely on drugs.
He's fake swimming on this pile of cards.
Yeah.
And he's just he's swimming.
Well, look, Don West is
and then
master.
He picks it up and he's just oh, look, it's a Mark Rippon card.
Yeah.
Mark Rippon.
Are baseball cards worth money still?
Some.
Brian and Montana. Shout out to you.
Oh, yeah.
The card guy.
Our listener, the card guy.
There are some that are current because of, limited runs of game jersey cards, autograph cards, things like that. Older cards, if things that are before 1979, maybe about 1983, they're really but anything made in the late 80s, early 90s, there was so much saturation that they're really not worth that much. There's maybe a few cards that are actually expensive, and by expensive I mean over $200.
Jesus.
But like, if you get like a Mickey Mantle,
yeah, obviously
Gem Mint 10 rookie car, not rookie car, but the 52 tops. They sold one for $12 million, right? Yeah. There are certain cards that are expensive, and there are newer cards that are expensive. But these cards right here...
But this guy's not selling them.
He's not selling them. He's selling, like, look at all this Donruss! This 89 Donruss! And Stadium Club 2 Skybox.
Yeah. And I got to give him props. I might have said this when we put him in our Hall of Fame, but God damn it, he is a master improviser.
Yeah.
Because he spills the cards everywhere, and what could have been a very Samurai Sword-esque embarrassing moment on QVC.
The best.
Turned it into an iconic moment where he's like thinking fast, yes, and did the cards fall on the floor? Yes, they did, and I'm going to swim in them.
Princess Bear.
That's right.
Have your own dream store.
Oh, he's got Beanie Babies
Sell the
commercials.
Beanie Babies.
Yeah, we've talked about Don West
Does
at
he
length.
swim in the Beanie Babies?
No, he doesn't.
Coward.
But he brings back the swimming in the card, saying it became like his trademark. Kind of hack, but that was like kind of his, his tater salad.
Yeah.
But Don West versus Matthew Lesko.
That's the first heavy hitter.
I think you got to do Lesko, man.
Yeah.
I'm going West.
As far as, again, cultural significance, Lesko was everywhere, and I feel like he's more iconic.
Yeah, even though he's in our Hall of Fame, I got to go Lesko. Lesko advances. Yeah, because who the fuck do you associate more with infomercials? Like a man in a question mark
he's
suit.
the infomercial guy.
He's got to be. Well, until we get... this is going to come down to Popeil and Lesko. I'm calling it now.
OxyClean versus Ronco, spray on hair.
Spray on hair. Yeah, Billy Mays, R.I.P.
Yeah, Billy Mays, great salesman, top salesman. I can imagine him working from the absolute bottom, going to flea markets, and selling his wares.
He probably sold
he doesn't have 10,000 hours. Billy Mays had like 100,000.
Oh yeah,
using that same carpet sample.
Oh yeah, he had
flea markets all over.
Wait a second, was OxyClean his thing, or was he just selling it?
I think he was just the salesman.
Okay, I was gonna lose my mind.
But no, he had. But no, I mean, obviously the company he worked for probably sent him out because that was his first big TV thing. Because I remember OxyClean shortly thereafter he had Orange Glow.
But I think he also had like before that Spotless Car Wash.
Oh shit! That's
was he?
right.
Was he the CLR guy too?
Or waterless car wash or something like that. They'll say like if I know this correctly, right? There are these certain guys, men and women, who are master pitch people, and they have them on circuits, and they basically will be hired by these companies and given equity in these companies to go around from expo to expo, trade show to trade show. Flea market to flea market.
What a bleak life.
And Costco to Costco and sell these products. I think they get commission, but the big thing is that they have equity in these companies, and they didn't come up with the product, but because they have the equity in the company, they basically build the company up from the grassroots.
So Billy Mays in the 80s worked out of the Atlantic City Boardwalk and sold the Wash-O-Matic portable washing machine to passersby.
That makes perfect sense. He'd be on the boardwalk.
Yep. He says, I was taught to pitch by a lot of old pitchmen. That's the kind of style I have. Mays traveled to home shows, auto shows, state fairs across the United States for a period of 12 years, selling various maintenance products and tools and cleaning products and food choppers.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was probably doing salad shredders. He was probably doing all kinds of
spinners.
What do you think his rate was?
Salad shooters.
Salad shooters. He spun. He shot. He spun.
Do you think
he chopped.
Is there a way we could find out Billy Mays' net worth before he died?
Yeah. So Billy Mays had a net worth when he died of about $10 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty fucking good.
That's good. I mean, there's more. I think his fame was larger than his net worth.
Yeah, for sure.
Like his celebrity or notoriety, infamy.
Right. But yeah, he had Kaboom. If I'm not mistaken, did he also do
Kaboom!
Zorbies?
Zorbies was him. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like the weird like British Australian guy.
So that
too.
guy, I just found out just from pulling up Billy Mays' bio here. That's Anthony Sullivan. And they were business partners.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
And they had that show Pitchmen, but apparently they actually worked together. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So
anyway, this is
Lesko versus the Thigh Master.
Ooh, that's rough.
I mean, like I said,
I'm going Lesko.
It's got to go Lesko. Yeah. It's because
that's hard, but yeah.
Because we're talking just things I'm never gonna forget.
Yeah.
Free money.
Free money. Free. The government's giving this money away.
Jesse Helms is trying to stop the National Endowment for the Arts, so get your performance art ready and get it funded before 1995. Free! All right, so Matthew Lesko versus Ron Popeil.
I think we always knew it would come down to this.
Spray on hair.
I think we always knew.
Lesko versus spray on hair. Free money. Lesko managed to beat Don Lepre.
Yeah.
He managed to beat Don West.
Yep.
He has if he was a gunfighter,
he just took out Billy the Kid and Jesse James at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's what we're basically coming down to here. All right, we're talking about in many ways this is going to be and I know they played different sports, but we're talking like Bo Jackson versus LeBron. Okay? Cuz we're talking about a guy who's known for one thing and one thing only.
Yeah.
And that's free fucking money.
Yeah.
And then we've got a guy with a diversity of talent.
Yeah,
he's known for the pocket fisherman.
But
he's known for the
Ron
Showtime.
Popeil, Ron Popeil
But his big
is like
thing was the hair thing, though.
Well,
like he had other things.
Yeah, Ron
but
Popeil is like a Jim Thorpe or a Babe Didrikson Zaharias, where it's just like good at everything.
Yeah.
He's
you
like
give
a
that person
Durant. He can go inside, go outside. He's big, but he's still got a stroke.
Yeah. Well, Matthew
Lesko is like Olajuwon, where it's
Yeah.
like that Dream Shake. That's one thing, but dude, nobody can beat the Dream Shake.
Yeah, I mean it's
This is a hard one, fellas. This is a hard one.
I'm trying to think of even an even better analogy. This is this is the Knack versus the Beatles.
Yeah, because I feel like Lesko was on TV all the time, so you can't say he's not huge.
Yeah.
But the spray on hair, like I said before, like I can think of off the top of my head like 3 movies where it's on the TV in the background just to show that this guy just left the TV on.
Right. Well, and you said that that's kind of his most iconic, but if you pull up his bio, first thing they mention is Set It and Forget It, the Showtime rotisserie.
Yeah.
So you've got that, you've got the spray on hair, you got the pocket fisherman.
Yeah.
The pocket fisherman is just absolutely insane.
So,
dude, I had one.
Does he,
did you really?
Yeah,
did Ron
stinks,
Lane
but-
own the products though?
Ron Popeil, yeah, he did.
Or Ron Popeil,
yeah, it's
sorry.
Ronco. Yeah, so his products are
These
Ronco.
are so he owns them.
Yeah.
Matthew Lesko does not own the government.
Ron Popeil.
He owns the book though.
What if he does? You find out there is a shadow government and it's free money.
It's just like he shows up at Davos and he's just like free money. It's just like when they like had the big tax cut.
I've been telling her for years, folks, follow the money.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back. They're Matthew Lesko. He's been on TV. He's been talking about it.
Just like all the billionaires are in a room and they're like, yes, tax cut, and then like Lesko comes out of a cake like Erica Aleniak style from Under Siege. She's like, free money.
I love the idea of like some Alex Jones conspiracy theorist having like a tack board with the red yarn going
They're all going to Lesko.
and they all lead to Lesko at the top.
I'm not saying that it's Lesko, but I think it's probable. It's within the realm of possibilities.
Look, I'm just asking questions, folks. I got questions. He's got question marks. All right? Just putting it together. Yeah.
Is it the government? Is it the New World Order? I think it's Lesko.
Yeah. Man, Lesko is so iconic, though.
But
God.
I think that
this is such a hard one.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like the hairspraying thing is huge. But I also feel like if you put Lesko's jacket on eBay, it would get 6 figures.
So I have a definitive choice.
Okay, yeah, we'll hear yours, and then me and Joe will.
Ronco. I'm thinking it's spray on hair.
Yeah.
Because he has not just. So we're talking about infomercials, right? And he has the great body of work. But if you take spray on hair. And this is spray on hair. This is GLH formula number 9. This is the entry, right? So forget about.
It's got a formula number. I love
forget
that.
about the Showtime rotisserie. Forget about the pocket fisherman.
Yeah.
Just on the merits of this alone.
Yeah, I feel like we got to stick with.
I think that this sets the paradigm. This sets the template. Basically, Ron Popeil with the spray on hair, it becomes synonymous with as seen on TV stuff.
That's
but
true.
also, he's one of the first. And there's nothing more important in changing the landscape of television programming, local television programming especially, than the advent of infomercials.
Oh, yeah.
And this was one of the first big ones.
Yeah.
And this,
I
think
agree
it's
with that.
very important. I
But
think it's the greatest.
I think it has to. You can't use his other products because we're saying infomercials, so you got to stick with the spray on.
Yeah,
can.
and you stay with the spray on hair.
Yeah, because it's not
madness.
it's not a body of work. It's got to be the specific infomercial.
It's like people talk about
it's a good point.
You know, the Rolling Stones may be the greatest rock band of all time. This right here is his Exile on Main Street. If you just released Exile on Main Street, it would just be, or this is his Astral Weeks.
Yeah,
you know, that's
kind of what I was thinking too, because it came to define the genre as far as looking at things that are unnecessary and stupid.
And it is bonkers. The commercial's bonkers because he's just like flying by the seat of his pants, and he's got his ladies with him.
Yeah,
and he's just like, bah, bah, bah. Audience, what do you think? Should I go for this lady right here? Makes me want to go for the dark brown. I want the dark brown because I'm vain, because I don't want to acknowledge the fact that I'm aging.
And he does it to himself.
Yeah, he does it to
really
himself.
Good. Yeah,
I agree on that, but just playing devil's advocate, Matthew Lesko's more jarring, and it's more memorable.
Yeah.
The Ronco hair formula is just stupid and dumb as a sack of hammers.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can say which one's best, but I feel like Lesko will stick with you longer. Like he's gonna. He's like herpes. He'll never leave. So the hair thing, I feel like it is not quite as jarring or as memorable.
Oh, I think it's really memorable.
It's a far superior.
So
product.
you're going Lesko?
I'm torn, man. I don't even know if you can choose.
So I think you're leaning towards Lesko. I was towards free
I was
money.
giving arguments for the other one.
Yeah,
So
then you talked yourself into one, maybe. That's kind of what I did.
I'm saying.
So Pat's holding steady.
JLH formula number 9
with Ronco.
I do love giving formulas numbers in your product because I think that's hilarious.
Arbitrarily.
Because it's like Love Potion number 9.
Exactly. I feel like.
Also that means that in Ron Popeil's garage, there's vats of GLH formulas 1 through 8. You know,
which
is
he
hilarious.
went straight to 9 because.
Of course he did. Yeah, he went straight to 9 because how hard is it to make a formula that sticks to your skin? It's not that hard to spray paint your head.
Yeah, formulas 1 through 8 all just made your head melt.
It's bonkers.
Yeah.
Freaking bonkers. He's putting Rust-Oleum on his head.
What do you think?
Now he's worth $250 million.
Yeah, that's right. I got to go Ronco. I think I'm going Ronco. I think Ronco wins. Yeah. Were you going to say Lesko?
No.
Okay.
I think you got to go Ronco just because it's more absurd and Lesko's selling a book.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. At the end of the day, one of them's selling books and the other one's selling crazy
free
shit.
money. It practically sells itself.
Yeah.
I feel
this guy's selling Rust-Oleum. You put on your
dome. Your Exile Main Street analogy is perfect, but I would feel like Matthew Lesko, if we're staying in that world of metaphors, would be like the Macarena, where it just comes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It comes completely
he's never
out
mind
of left
the Bullocks.
field.
Here comes the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, and you're like, what in the hell is this? But everyone loves it, and it's just jarring and incredible.
Right.
And then the Popeil one is just absolute perfect chicanery.
Oh, man. Ron, you can put the crown on top of your bald spot now, buddy, because you just
spray
won.
that crown on, baby.
I need a Vegematic. I need a pocket fisherman. I need a handy appliance that'll scramble an egg while it's still inside its shell. Help me, Mr. Popeil.
That's our infomercial episode. If we missed something, which obviously Vince offer. The obvious glaring one was Slap Chop slash.
I'd say Tom Boo, missing Tom Boo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tom
The
Boo
Oric vacuum cleaner's holding up a bowling
David
ball.
Oric, who looked like he somehow looked like a living stipple print from the Wall Street Journal.
He looked like he had a dark secret. More than one.
Oh yeah,
or the Chuck Norris Total Gym. We didn't have Chuck Norris Total Gym.
If we're doing gyms, it's got to be Bowflex.
Bowflex, Nordic Track. There's a lot of them.
I mean, Bowflex. I feel like Nordic Track rode Bowflex's coattails. Like Bowflex was
Bowflex
the
was
original.
no.
I think Nordic Track was
the
first.
original.
Yeah,
Well, then Bowflex was second.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
I feel like Bowflex was
you need
more
a pitch
out there.
man, and and we didn't have the George Foreman grill.
Yeah, we forgot the Foreman
grill.
Oh God, yeah. There's so many. Yeah,
but it wasn't a great commercial.
Yeah.
This is a great
it was
commercial.
not.
It was a great product. So
there was also the the thing where you would squirt herbs into meat. It was like a syringe.
Oh yeah, the injector, the Cajun injector. I have one. Actually, what's funny? I have a Cajun injector downstairs. I also have.
But there's also the one that was like had the big enough like hole that was for like garlic and sage and stuff.
Right. Yeah. No. The
and then the magic bullet.
The magic bullet. The Ninja. The Foreman grill was so ubiquitous that I have one and I don't know where it came from. I don't remember buying
Jack LaLanne's like juicer thing.
Oh yeah.
That was big.
There's a lot of good ones. So if you guys think of one, hit us up. We're at the Goods Pod. We'd love to hear from you. It's just this is such a great episode.
This is so bonkers.
Oh my God. Hit us up there. Joe, where can people find you on Facebook?
I'm on all the platforms as Joe MF Reigns, Reines. Joe motherfucking Reigns. Joe MF Reigns.
Hell yeah. Find him on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Find us on Twitter at the Goods Pod. We're on Facebook. Facebook.com/TheGoodsPod. And we're also on YouTube. Every episode ever there at YouTube.com/TheGoodsPod. Big shout out to our friend Richard Eden up there in the Klondike doing the hard work at TheGoodsPod.com. Pat, what should the folks do when they get to iTunes?
Rate, review, subscribe, and show the attitude of gratitude. And if you don't have the attitude of gratitude, F you.
And we'll see you next week.
The Goods from the Woods was mixed, edited, and distributed by me, Rivers Langley. You can find the show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by DJ Smiles. Check him out on Twitter at DJ Smiles.